Hi guys, this is a really short video on solid design principles recap for your interview. So solid design principle is abbreviation of solid, and S stands for single responsibility principle. So single responsibility principle stands for your class and method should have only one responsibility, as name suggests. Here you can see user service IMPL has three responsibilities, where it is creating user, sending email, and saving it to database. But that is not a correct way to implement the class. So your class should have only one method, one responsibility across it, so that whenever you test that class, or like whenever you open that class, it is readable and testable. So this create user service has create user, email service has send email, and repository has responsibility of saving the data. So this is the first single responsibility principle. The O stands for open for extension and closed for modification. So in this this usually not complexing your code. Basically, if you have any class and it is doing everything same as a single responsibility object, but again, if you have different conditions and on different conditions you want to do different things, like here you want to calculate discount, but on festivals you will give a different discount, and for new users you give different discount. And if in future there are other discounts that has to be added, then again you will go and modify this code, which will increase your testing efforts and create a complex code. So here you can do one thing: you write a discount interface and you create different classes which implements this discount and give you their own implementation. This way your code is more readable and easy to maintain. The third principle, which is Liskov substitute principle. So here the Liskov says that your parent class should be substitutable for your child class. The simple way to explain this: if we have a bird class, and bird has a fly method, and every class that will extend this bird will automatically have this fly method. But not all birds can fly. So if you see penguin or ostrich, they cannot fly, and if you are extending it via bird, then it is difficult, and you cannot, like, the behavior is not same. You cannot replace ostrich with bird, like ostrich cannot fly. So what you can do is you create a bird interface and you create a flying bird. This is the ability of birds, and we segregated it into a different interface. So this way your parent is substitutable for your child class. So we will not implement this flying bird in the ostrich. So that is the simple explanation for this Liskov substitute principle. Then there is interface segregation principle. So this is again a simple principle where you don't want to combine everything in a single interface. So if it is a worker interface, it has to do only one thing, and if it is a eatable interface, it has to do one thing. And this is more again like two, like your single responsibility principles, where but it states a different name, where it is more related to interfaces. So interfaces should have clear definition and clear segregation. The last is dependency inversion principle. Here you should not more dependent on your implementation, and you should be focused on abstracting it. If you take this Spring Boot example, and if you have this MySQL DB, and you have written the actual implementation, but in future you want to change your DB from MySQL to Oracle. That way, in that case, you will have to do changes everywhere in the code. Instead, you you do the abstraction at the class level, and you just change the DB implementation where DB bean is created. So this is related to dependency inversion principle. So these are the solid principles, and I have explained it in very simple fashion. Thank you.